Hi, Randy. Feel free to unmute yourself to ask Sergio any questions, and he is in sub two already. So tell him your struggles, your strength and weakness, and what you like and dislike, and what you're currently doing just to keep the ball rolling.
I just started doing the bird dogging. I just went through the whole watching the videos and everything, and I tried to doing it like yesterday was my first day. I actually took action and went for it. I called the numbers they gave on the video or the links they gave me. I got
Yep.
hold of one person. He hung up on me. Other one said no, and Wes only went to like voice answering machine. And I wasn't sure how to go get buyers. I heard people tell me to go to like Facebook groups and stuff and just put my thing on there. So I did a couple today on that. And I'm not sure where to do the whole salesman where you get the houses when I do get a buyer. So I'm not sure where to go there because I'm trying to save my house as well since I will be going in foreclosures otherwise soon too. So I'm trying to move this fast as I can and learn as I go.
Okay, so let's take a step back. By the way, I just want to say thank you for coming on today. So you said that you're kind of stuck in a situation where you're potentially going into pre-foreclosure, correct?
Yeah, we don't got enough money. We just got a trailer home, but still, I'm trying to save it, but not enough money coming in. Even when we had full-time jobs, like I had to lose my last one because my kid's autistic as well.
Okay, yeah.
So I just took the first thing I got right now. It's just a part-time, looking for full-time as long I'm doing as this as well.
Okay, so let's put this in priority first of saving your property where you're at currently,
Mm-hmm.
so that we don't go into pre-foreclosure. We could talk about this off this chat, okay? So like that, you can get me the details of what you have if you want to share those with me, to see what we
Okay.
can do to essentially save you from going into pre-foreclosure. On the second note, okay, um, are you let's say comfortable? I could see on the phone speaking to sellers. Are you direct to agents? Like, how do you get involved in that?
I've been just trying to call like the list they gave me. But anyway, it's like I have been talking. I did have one call, but like I said, they hung up on me because I learn as I go.
Okay. Now, let me ask you something. If you were on a call and they were kind of stuck in a situation where they were going into pre-foreclosure, how are you taking that to the next step? What are you approaching them with? And what are the objections that you're, I guess, dealing with?
Right now I'm trying to save my house and stuff, so that's my main thing. So
Yep.
my kid has a place that I was we're gonna have to basically go live with our parents, and he's gonna have a small room. But my goal is to save our house first, and I'm trying to get this going as fast as I can, so I'm trying to learn, so I can make money off it.
Okay, so this is what I have for you, okay? Let's get on a call, the two of us, and let's talk about your situation that you're currently in right now, meaning your property. Let's see how we
Okay.
can get you out of this, save you, and see if we're able to put some extra money in your pocket to hold you over. And like that, it gives you enough breathing room to then get involved in the wholesaling, bird dog, all that kind of stuff. And I could set you up in
Mimi,
what
go.
direction you should go to. And I could even put
I am.
some leads in front of you and see how you are able to generate some warm leads
Okay.
like
So,
that. What do you think?
okay. Yeah, because that's what I'm trying to learn how to get leads and stuff,
Yeah.
and be able to just go in this business, and then I can also spend more time with my autistic kid because he's one of those kids that you gotta be 24/7 with.
I could
He
sell
needs
you.
to that.
No, it's
So that's why I was like, I hope this will give me help so I can actually do this and actually succeed.
I will do that. So to give you some, I guess, some peace of mind,
Uh-huh.
we will definitely figure out
I
your
am.
situation, and we'll get you kind of back on your feet where you need to be, and then get you
Okay.
going from there. Okay.
That would be good.
All right. I appreciate it, man.
I
Again,
appreciate any help I can get.
Yeah, no worries. The best thing for you to do is just kind of just be on here and just listen in on the conversations that we have. Everybody comes on here with different situations, whether it be different strategies or objections that they're trying to deal with. So even just being present and just listening in already does a big help.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yep, sounds good.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I have
Sounds great.
Deanna here on the call, Sergio. She is currently facing an eviction and needs some help with just getting started with this. Yeah.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're saying that you're facing an eviction right now, right?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Let me ask you a question. Do you own this place or are you renting?
I'm renting right now. I am definitely interested in getting started with wholesaling and bird dogging. So whatever I can, do. I do have administrative and technical skills, and I'm well versed with AI. If it's on a computer, I can do it.
All right. So let's do this and take this one step at a time. I understand, and I'm sorry that you're going through what you're dealing with. It's unfortunate, but we have to realize that there's a lot of things that are going on in our lives that we cannot control. And this seems
Right.
to be one of those things that the more we dwell and the more we try and put our energy towards something that we already know, at the end of the day, we cannot control. We have to then pivot away and figure out what we can control today and tomorrow. Understood?
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
from this point, I would say, where are we now? Where do you need to be? And what do you plan on doing to get to those steps? And how can I help you?
Okay, so basically I just new to the wholesaling and bird dogging world.
Yeah.
And so I just need like I don't my credit's not that great, but I have connections and contacts. I know I don't look good on paper. Like I said, I can find deals if y'all tell me what you're looking for. I know how to find them. Um I just need help with doing all the paperwork and all of that stuff because I've never done it
What to do?
before.
No
Yeah.
worries. Okay. So what you need essentially from us is the hand holding on closing on deals,
Right.
correct? And you're
Yes,
looking
that's
at for
correct.
today money, not long term. You're looking for the
Well,
fast
yeah,
cash.
yeah, right now today money, but in the future long term, if that makes any
Yeah, but
sense.
yes. But right now we're doing what we need now. One
Right.
step is fast cash, today money. How do we do that? And what do I need to do to get there? Correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have your eviction coming up on Monday. Are you going to be okay? Meaning, do you have somewhere to go?
Yes, like I have somewhere and my kids will have somewhere, but my husband I don't know where he's going to be able to go.
Okay. Um, what I'm gonna do is we're also gonna book another one-on-one call. Um, as soon as possible. I guess I'm gonna try for this weekend for you, and I'm gonna see as if I'm able to get you. You said you're in Atlanta.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Okay, I'm gonna see as if I can trade your service for a place for now for you to stay.
Okay.
Okay. Because that is number one. What we need to do is we need to make sure that you're taken care of and you have somewhere to go, and you're not stranded and on the streets. Understood?
Yes, absolutely.
So let me make some calls. Okay. I'm not going to overpromise anything. So I'm going to make some calls. I'm going to talk to somebody who I know has a lot of properties there in the States, and especially in Atlanta, Georgia. They might even have property that you can lease to own with them. And then in return, you will just work with them and for them as a wholesaler.
Okay.
He has one of the biggest wholesale teams in all of America, and it's actually in Atlanta. So that might be a benefit and might be able to help you out.
Yeah,
That's
that'd be great.
your plan.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
So that's something that I will put you in touch with for him,
Okay.
and and then you two can talk and see how he can use you and how you're able to help him out, and it's kind of like a trade off. Make sense?
Yes, I am
Perfect.
definitely open to that.
Perfect. So then let me see when he's available. He's another busy guy too. But if I can maybe get you to put something in writing of your current situation so I have the details because he's going to ask
Sure,
me.
no
And
problem.
then I'll send it over to him and then once I get a response, you and I will touch base and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I can definitely get that to you.
All
All
right.
right.
That's
We
awesome.
have,
Thank you. I think we have Grant.
and oh yeah, Grant, do you have any, what do you have update for us this week?
I've been nonstop. I'm bagged. I've been making so many calls and just trying to get on the phone with people. I do have a couple here, but I haven't been able to figure out the creative finance side of it. They're looking for potential cash offers, but they're not too motivated. The people that I have got on the phone, and if they're not interested in a cash offer, and I start switching to seller financing because they have their full equity in their home, they immediately shoot it down and or just are not willing to have that conversation, and I'm not too sure why. And it's probably definitely in the way that I'm speaking about it, but also too, I think, and I messaged you, Sergio,
Okay.
regarding just not knowing how to figure out how to structure the deals so that I can talk to them about it in a way that's going to allow me to get you those terms and conditions.
Okay. Is this one of the properties that I sent you?
No, I couldn't get a hold of them.
Okay. So where's this property coming from?
They're just in Texas. They're around Dallas. So they're from Deal Machine. They're filtered high equity, potentially owner occupied or owner owned, tired landlords, and they're probably around 300K max.
Okay. And
Yeah,
they're off market?
they're off market. Yes, sir.
Okay. And your thing is you want to know how to pivot.
Yeah, how to pivot. Um, I mean, maybe I don't know if I just need to keep making these calls, but it's probably about 100 calls a day, if not more. And I might only get one or two people on the phone. Um, I'm noticing that when I call the real estate agents, that conversation is super easy. Hey, like, what's your seller looking to do? What's the condition of the house? Can you send me the seller's disclosure, et cetera, et cetera. And I've even gone as far as, offering them to be, if they can convince the seller to do a financing strategy with me, I would, utilize them as my buyer so that they make money on that end as well. But it doesn't seem like those agents are interested in that said strategy. I don't know. I've been busting it.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what you're doing wrong. Okay. It's you're chasing, and nobody's biting, right? So you're just throwing a fishing rod with no worm on it and
Okay.
hoping that dear God somebody bites. You're calling off market properties with high equity. Why would
Yes,
they
sir.
want to why would they want to sell? Ask yourself, why would they want to sell to you? Right? So
They don't
you're
have.
already yeah, so there's no motivation whatsoever. Are they in pre-foreclosure? That is maybe a reason for them to want to sell. But if you're calling properties that are not on market, they're high equity, not in pre-foreclosure, there's no real motivation.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So to them, it's just like, why are you trying to convince me to sell my property when I'm comfortable where I am? I don't have no reasons to sell, or I would just list it. Right. But now if you're calling properties that have high equity and they're in pre-foreclosure, well, there's motivation because they might potentially lose their property and all the equity in it. Those are the calls that you should be making when it comes to off market.
Okay.
Okay, so you're just fishing in the wrong in the wrong area. That's all.
Okay. I think I'm also calling because I have a buyer for fix and flips in Florida and Texas, as well as Cleveland. And so I'm noticing that there's a lot more equity and a lot more. The homes are more well kept in Texas. So I don't know if the fix and flip strategy is the best for that, but I'm also calling Texas because I know you do business in Texas as well. So I'm trying to hit
That's where we're buying. That is definitely where we're pushing heavily right now. I have somebody that just came on here that I asked him to join, Jose. He is a TC, but I have him here because I just got another deal in the contract, guys. I want to run this by him, and I want to get his input because it's going to answer a lot of questions that you guys may have as well, and how to structure these deals. I have not met Jose yet. We just kind of came across.
Sergio, it's Toño. How are you?
Sorry?
It's Toño. It's Toño,
Toño.
not Jose. I mean,
So
thank you,
okay.
brother, for the meeting. So
I asked you to come on here because you and I talking, we are probably going to be able to answer a lot of questions that these people have. So yeah, so you do TC?
So let me introduce myself, guys. Nice to meet you. My name is Toño. Thank you for inviting me, Sergio, to the Zoom. My main focus, this been my focus in the last 2 years, is we'll call it the stack method, the Morby method, reverse financing, capital stack. That's been my main focus in the last 2 years. So how can I help? I help with transactional funding and TC these transactions. Sometimes I also even jump on Zoom calls with attorneys or agents, like, for example, to explain the mechanics. And that's another way that we can partner up, Sergio, and to help you close the transaction. So my main focus is that right now. So I don't know, maybe you have a lead right now that you're working on, or you guys where the seller is open to seller finance. When you want to do a seller finance deal, whether you want to buy it or wholesale it, you need to be between 0 to 15% down payment to be like a decent deal, right? For them to then add your assignment fee on top. But then anytime that you get the seller that is open to seller finance, but they want 20, 30, 40% down payment, like what do you do, right? So that's where the Morby stack method transaction comes in.
Yep.
I mean, just telling you, maybe you already know about it, maybe you don't, but just telling you like a quick.
Yeah. No, this is a great thing that I want to also talk about too. And I actually want to put a deal in under Morby method. The deal that I just locked under contract, it would work for a Morby method, but it wouldn't really be a smart move for me. Only because the seller is been so good for me, and he went from wanting to have a extremely down like high down payment, like 30%, 40%, and I was like, okay, we're gonna go for Morby, to I am now paying him zero.
Wow.
I have now zero.
Man,
So I'm getting a deal that is easy numbers here, guys. It's $400K. That is the purchase price. I am only paying $10,000 assignment fee for the person that put this in front of me, and then I am paying $18,000 in arrears. That is it. That's it. So I'm pretty much taking this deal over subject to, okay, but it is turning into a novation deal. Are you guys familiar with that? You guys know what a novation is? No. Okay. Tono, you know what a novation is?
So what type of novation are you doing? Like relisting it on the market or partnering up with the seller for the renovation, or like what novation are you doing?
We're gonna keep so what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep the seller in first position. So his mortgage that we're taking over as subject to is going to stay in first position. So at closing, that deed is going to stay at escrow until we do and complete all renovations at our cost. So we will bring all the construction costs, we will do the renovations, and then we will either have an exit strategy of refinancing and holding it and then just renting it out, or we sell it on the market. Once it's sold, we pay out the remaining mortgage, which is the $400K, and then that deed that is held at escrow then gets released to me or to the other end buyer. Does that kind of make
Okay.
sense to you guys? Yeah. So I just pretty much got a deal for free, just having to pay an assignment fee that I will not pay, the arrears that I also will not pay. I will bring someone in. If anybody wants to come in, I'm gonna be posting about this because I'm gonna leave this open for anybody that wants to come in. They will pay at closing 28,000 plus closing costs, and then if they want to raise capital for the renovations, I'm looking at about a $75,000 to $100,000 in renovation costs, and that's going to be about a 6 month to a 12 month turnaround, and you're looking at about 33% on ROI when it's all said and done.
Cool.
Okay. Now, I am also working on a big project. It's $5.1 million in Tennessee, and we are definitely going to need some assistance, some help on raising
Okay.
capital. And then especially if you deal with a lot of the transactions, I could definitely use your help, especially if you're very familiar with creative structure, because this one is a $5.1 million purchase. It's with a $2 million down payment. And this is something that I think you can maybe try and structure this with me to become a Morby method. He's
Okay.
willing to seller finance the rest. So his asks are, I need, okay, there was no negotiating, is I need $2 million at closing. He's giving me 90 days to bring up the 2 million. So I'm able to now
What's the purchase
structure.
price?
Purchase price is 5.1.
5.1.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
2 million and then he's seller financing 3.1.
You got it. Yes, sir.
And then are you using just the 2 million to pay any mortgage balance?
It's to pay him and whatever's remaining. Whatever he
Okay,
does with
so
that, that's with him. Yeah.
perfect. So
But
he's
it will
like,
pay off the
I want
mortgage.
$2 million to use to pay anything, the mortgage balance, and then whatever is left goes in my pocket.
Correct. Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean,
And he's
you
willing.
absolutely can do this as a Morby method.
Yeah. So he's looking at a 6%. No, sorry. He wanted 7%. I brought him down to 6%. Over 3 years, I am now pushing him over to 7 years as a balloon,
Yeah.
because 3 years does not allow me enough time to build the property where I'm needing to.
Okay.
And after 3 years, I should be able to have 50% of the appreciation value increased, where I'll be able to increase the value of the property as well as stabilize the rents and so on. By year 5, we're looking at increasing the value of the property by 200x.
Okay. Solid.
Sounds a little crazy, right?
What type
It
of
is
property?
it's 125 acres with a single family property of 5,000 square foot home that is very far on one side of the land. It has a barn with an event space that he is currently using it for wedding venues and other events. And then it has 3 lodge cabins spread out through the acres that he uses on Airbnb. It generates very little money that will ever cover the costs of what he's going to be seller financing. So what they make on income will not whatsoever cover the payments. So this is why I'm asking him to hold the note and seller finance to allow me to come in there to develop what I need to develop. And we're going to ask him for 0 payments. So defer the payments for up to 12 to 18 months.
That's solid. Now here's a challenge, Sergio, because if you want to do the Morby method, you will need to get a brand new loan.
Yeah.
So for this type of property, is it on a rural area or not? I would do 60% LTV, so maybe you're gonna get a loan at 60% of the value or the purchase price. But that's the challenge because I don't know what's the income you will be getting because you will have the DSCR loan plus the seller finance payment after 12, 18 months. So I don't know if that is going to be enough to cover the debt, of course, and the monthly payments.
Yeah, so that is definitely the challenge, and that's where I have to sit with a few people. I'm definitely looking to sit with a couple of PMPs. I don't want to reach out to private money lenders because I don't want to have to pay interest on something that is not even generating any type of income. So if I'm able to bring in a PMP, okay, and if everybody is not aware, PMP is private money partner, okay, private money partners allow us to come in. They bring in the capital, and they're not going to be required or requesting any payments upfront or monthly. They know the circumstances, they know the potential, and they're now going to be asking is for an equity on the back end. So they know the potential, they see the numbers. So those are the people that I'm going to try to bring on. I have quite a few people that are interested. I just haven't gotten the numbers 100% confirmed because the seller and the agent are kind of going back and forth with me and taking their time.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very important. And then you can, of course, look at your options on how you want to buy it. You want to do clean seller finance, maybe you have your private money partners ready for that money, or you do the Morby method. You don't have to raise any money because, for example, I'm doing quick numbers right now. If you do the Morby method with the numbers that we have right now and you get in a loan at 60%, you will get cash at closing $750,000, right? So you can use that money for the property. I don't know, maybe with that money, build something. It has a lot
it
of
does.
acres.
It
So,
does.
of course, so that's pretty good money for holding cost, renovations, build something in there. Yeah.
But the only thing that would be the struggle, okay, and the only way to make this work, because I never want to put myself or my partners in a situation where they get stuck and we can't make payments. We never want to be in a default because guess what? The seller is going to benefit. If we default payments, the seller now keeps the $2 million plus takes over the deed again, and they get to resell it and they make money. So they actually want us to default. That's just the way it works. So the last thing we need to do is ever default in payments. So I want to go into this making sure that everything is structured properly and it's protected. So with the Morby method, the only way I would do it is if he agrees to 12 to 18 months deferred, because now the only payments I have to make are towards the DSCR loan, correct?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. So with that, it would allow me now crunch time, but within those 12 months, I have, like you just said, simple numbers that you gave me, 700,000 to start some type of development. But you guys have to remember, I'm already getting revenue from the wedding event space, the events that they host, the Airbnbs, and the house. So those would be enough to cover my DSCR loan, because that DSCR loan payments are going to be less than what the seller financing would be because of the amount being so much bigger. So that is the only way I would say a Morby method, because one, it takes the stress off of me of having to raise the $2 million. I actually would like to raise the $2 million because it's a challenge. But at the same time, this is such a big project that I rather take the easier route, which is just getting it covered for. I'm not having to raise it. The DSCR loan is just going to cover the down payment. And then it's just to worry about within the 12 months, what are we going to do and how are we going to stabilize income so that we're able to then start paying off the DSCR loan and the seller finance. And the way I would look at it, after 1 year, with the increase of the rents and everything else, we can probably again go back to the DSCR loan. Now, this is something that Tonos, see if I'm wrong here. I can refinance that at 1 year and get the property appraised. So now, after 1 year, the property was appraised for 5.1. It should be at 7 to 7.5. And then we go and get an LTV of 70%.
maybe more. I mean, for this one, you can do 70. I mean, the cash out refi that I'm seeing for residential properties, multifamily is 80%. But maybe since this one is like maybe like a special property, just to say it that way, maybe a little
Yeah.
bit less.
That's why I'm
But
being so conservative and saying 70.
yeah,
So I'm saying worst case scenario, so 70. But
nice.
with the 70, it would be enough to cover I'm using a loan to pay off the same loan. Sounds crazy, but it works. You're using the same bank to pay off their loan, but you're then getting the money from that to then pay off the seller finance note.
Yes.
Um,
But if those numbers are true, man, I mean, you will be able to exit. If that is the expected ARV, you will be able to exit. But
you and I will definitely discuss this because
yeah,
this is something I have not done. And this is just something that is more of a passion for me. It's not of an experience. I'm not going to bullshit to nobody to say I've done this before. I have not. I have
yeah,
developed projects meaning construction projects because that's what I do full time, but I have
okay.
never developed land into a rental income. Never done that. So how do I present myself to a lender or to like a DSCR loan? Where how do you prove that this is the ARV? Well, we have no comps. There are nothing in the area to go
That is
off of to
different.
really, right? So that's where I'm gonna have a struggle, and maybe yourself, maybe people you're connected with, know how to get the ARV to be solid to use because I can't really just throw this number up in the air and hope to God
Mhm.
that hey, we're gonna get this ARV, and then all of a sudden we do all this development, and then it comes back and it doesn't even appraise for 5 million what I originally
Yeah,
bought for, right? So these are definitely the hurdles that I have to overcome.
of course. No, you got it,
Okay.
man. Yep.
Do you guys have any questions for him?
So we have quite a few people here that are brand new to the industry. So Tonio, would you mind sharing just your information and on the other hand, give a gist of what you do as a TC? Because we have people here not sure the path either they wanted to do bird dogging or they want to do
Okay.
wholesaling or TC because they're a completely different path. So if they
Okay.
don't want to talk to sellers, then they shouldn't be, doing bird dogging or wholesaling, right? So would you mind sharing your experience and the path to, or what you need to be great at, what you need to enjoy doing to be TC, or what it involves?
Of course. No, when I say TC is just for Morby method transactions. Okay. And then again, I do the transactional funding side of the transaction as well. So what is transactional fund? How would I bring the funds for a Morby method? I will bring the DSCR down payment and closing costs. So what happens is it is transactional lending because I only bring the money for the transaction. For example, on $1 million deal, loan 70%, 30% down payment you will have to bring. That means $300,000 plus closing costs. So I actually will bring that money and then I get it back plus my fee. So that's transactional funding on the Morby method. Um, but that's all. Like those are my strengths right now, and that's it.
Precious has some questions about learning about TC, but maybe we can go to Grant first. Grant,
Yeah,
you had a question previously.
Thank you. So you speak Spanish?
yeah, I do, I do.
Okay, perfect. I'm in Mexico, so I've been looking to do some of this stuff in Mexico, and I'm just kind of piecing
Cool.
things together. I'll be talking with Sergio as well. But
Yeah.
do you work in Mexico, utilizing the
I
mortgage?
don't know anything about real estate in Mexico, and I
Okay,
don't think you can even do this transaction in Mexico, right? It just works differently. The way the transaction is done, the paperwork. I mean, you can do seller finance for sure because that is just financing. Subject to, I don't know if it's possible here in Mexico, but maybe you know more than me. So I don't know anything in Mexico
I
about real
won't say.
estate.
Won't say.
Yeah.
We'll
So
figure it out
so just
later.
to, so just to let you know, we are literally going to challenge ourselves. Me
Okay.
and Grant talked about this already a month ago, and nobody's doing it. 100% nobody's
Yeah.
doing this. So why can't we be the ones to start doing that?
First
Right?
ones.
There's nobody there that can say I can't do this. It's just do it and figure it out. People figure things out by trial and error. And then when you know how to do it, guess what you could do? You can start telling people how to do it because you just went through it all. So to answer what you were saying, yeah, we don't know because we haven't tried it, but we're willing. We're willing to see what we're able to do. But in the meantime, grants out there, which is amazing when you have boots on ground, because the connections there and the networking is very, very, very important. And when you have good networking where you are, that's where all the questions get answered.
100%.
See.
Okay.
Maybe you can connect with some OG here in Mexico, and there you go. Maybe he's already doing it, right? And boom.
Yeah, that's all it is. Then you
So,
figure it out.
yeah, love it, guys. Nice.
I feel very comfortable and confident because you're now the third person behind Matthew Starr. You know Matt Starr?
Yeah.
Starwitsky?
Yeah.
He's the other one that just told me do a Morby method. It will work very well. If these numbers are accurate, a Morby method will be the less stressful way to go. So you being now the third person, let's do this on a separate call. Let's structure it together so that we're able to use this for educational purposes. We'll record everything. And if this is something that interests you, I want to see is if you'd be able to partner on with us and you can be a partner on this project with us, and we will develop it together and we'll literally document it from the start to the finish, because this is going to be a phenomenal thing to do.
Love it, man. No, I appreciate the opportunity, and of course, happy to have the conversation about that, man. Let's do it.
Awesome, great. Okay.
Precious,
Did we
Precious
have
has a question for Tonio.
Tell me.
Precious, you can unmute yourself.
Oh, Precious?
Can you hear me?
Hi, Precious. Yes, we
Hey,
can.
Precious. Yes. How are you?
I'm good, Mr. Tonio. You mentioned that you're a TC, but you only specify in the Morby method.
Yes.
So I'm trying to understand, since I would like to become a TC. Like, I would like to join the sub 2 community too, but I'm leaning more towards being a TC. But I've been told different things. So I'm trying to understand, is a TC, like you were mentioning, you bring funds. So I thought TCs only do just paperwork. Do they bring funds too, also to deals? Like, how does all of that really truly work?
It's completely different. So for example, Sergio mentioned Matt Starr. I've been involved only on one of his deals where he wholesales Morby deals. I've been involved on one of his on his deals as a transactional funder only. It's like the paperwork is already done, everything looks good, and I only bring the transactional funding. But it doesn't, like, they are completely different things. One thing is TC, which I can do both for the Morby method, and one thing is the transactional funding. Yep.
Okay, so TCs can do multiple things then, is what it sounds like, correct?
Yeah. I mean, that's just another way you help in the real estate industry, right? So you are a TC, you can be an investor, you can be the transactional funder. I mean, why not? Why not have multiple hats? I mean, you can have it to be your main focus, right? But it's up to you. You can do multiple things. Yeah.
Está bien. Okay. I've still got some other questions, but I'm new to all of this. So, but thank you.
Let me step in here. I'll step in here. Precious, let me ask you something. When you say you want to get into TC, why do you want to get into C? What's the reason? What stands out to you that says I want to be a TC?
So a little bit about me. I've been dipping my toes in this since 2020. I've done first thing, I was following all the people that said do wholesale and everything else, and I learned that I have communication skills, but I struggle with communication skills. And then because I am disabled, that was not the proper route for me to go, especially when it came to cold calling. I've tried to help different people a couple of times, ask them to be mentors and everything else. my personality versus their personality, when it came down ultimate with the deals and everything else, it was clashing. I was able to build rapport with the people I was making calls, the ones that finally did answer the phone. But when I handed it off to the person that was actually in charge of, getting it underwritten and everything else, everything would fall apart. So it was big communication skills barrier, not only for me, but for them. But then personality wise, that is just, they were more money driven, and I'm genuinely wanting to help out to try to make, yes. And that's my
You're
biggest
relationship
issue.
driven. So
Yes.
you are absolutely a TC. I will say that right from just from this conversation, what you're saying already, you are literally pushing a TC. So you don't like to negotiate, right? It makes you uncomfortable maybe because you're talking about numbers. You like numbers.
Un poquito. So it's a little bit of a problem. It's not that I don't know how to properly negotiate. Like I can, but I don't know how to do it
You prefer
properly.
not
I've
to
done.
because you're not confident.
See.
Okay. So with a TC is actually what he mentioned earlier is you can be many things. When it comes to TC, you see all of the details. You see the numbers. You see like you are underwriting deals and making sure that everything runs smoothly and taking care of all of the paperwork. Doing that, you are learning so many things on all these different ways people structure deals. When it comes to creative finance, you and being a TC, you will see so many different ways that people structure deals that will blow your mind. And that's where you start picking up on things that you will see, well, I could do this too. And when you start getting on phone calls with people and they're stuck, well, guess what? That TC then gets put aside. And now you're talking about structuring deals because you've been seeing this right in front of you on paper. You've seen different strategies where every situation, every deal is different. So when you're dealing with the seller who potentially is in pre-foreclosure, well, I just closed a deal with somebody. I just did the paperwork for them on a pre-foreclosure that was very similar to the situation. Hey, how about this? Because this might work, this might work, this might work. Right. So being a TC is actually, I think, a phenomenal place to start if you're not wanting to do if you're not looking for today money. Like wholesaling is like today money because you can just pick up and dump, pick and dump like quick. TC it's more of building and you're just always getting a flat fee on everything that you're able to help an investor, a wholesaler. Like you're helping all these people and you just charge a flat fee on everything. So for you it's volume. Right. So if you're able to handle a lot of paperwork, then yeah, go TC. And we're here to help. There's a lot of people that can help you out with a lot of things.
Okay.
Okay.
That helps. Where I stay at, nobody really works in where I stay at. Like there's potential here. I stay in a college town, but nobody likes to do deals from what I'm finding out in Mississippi.
Well, let's start doing them then.
That's why I
Right?
jumped on this call, because I've been at this for 6 years and I've not got a yes. It's always been a no. And I just want to get my foot in the door. I want to change the trajectory of my financial stances. I've finally rid of everybody that was negative in my life and accept that I cannot do anything. And that's
use
just
that as
not how my
motivation.
mindset.
That's motivation right there alone. Use that to feed the fuel and show them wrong. I personally love when people doubt me. Please keep doubting me because it's only going to motivate me more to do things a lot better and quicker. If you're saying that there's a lot of potential there in Mississippi, please tell me how you can help me so that I can help you. Because if you think that we're able to start doing deals there, I don't see why not. What's the reason why you're not already doing it?
I don't have the connections, and that's why I'm here.
There you go. So you just answered that. Perfect. I love it. Well, let's let's see what we can do together. If you have any
Okay.
questions, if you ever come to a point where you have warm leads, you know what warm leads are. I'm assuming you said
I
that you've been doing
do,
this
but
for a
I
while.
don't know how to turn these. So right now I'm doing what Mr. Pace point blank says not to do is Zillow, because I don't have the finance background at all. I'm on a fixed income and with the disability, and so I'm in a predicament. But ultimately, while I was looking for properties for my own predicament, and I ran across quite a few properties that have like little lakes or ponds that have already been stocked with fish. I'm in a college town. They are constantly selling out because of the football games. RVs come here all the time, but they have no place to park and everything else. So a lot of these lands could be developed into like little RV parks, especially the ones that have like the little private lakes already on the land and everything else. There are storage facilities that are going up. That's another potential, and everything else. Laundromats. There's several of them that have gotten burnt down. That's another potential. Like these are what I've seen since I've been here in the college town.
All right, I will give you some homework here to do. I'll keep it very simple. If you ever come across something that you think is a deal, okay, and a warm lead, when I say warm lead, I mean that they already agree to being open to seller financing. That's
Okay.
all I need to know.
Okay.
Because the less information you give, the better it is for us, because
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to say too much that could potentially lose a deal. And I'm not
Yes,
saying
sir.
that you'll do that, but when somebody is not confident in structuring deals and not knowing what direction to take them, because I'm telling you, every deal is different. Not every deal is the same. But if you're
Yes, sir.
able to just open up the door for someone like myself or somebody that knows how to close the deals, as long as we know that the seller is open to seller financing, we already have an option. And from
Okay.
there, we're now able to have a conversation with the seller and let them come to me or to whoever else we put on the phone. Let them
Mm-hmm.
talk about what they're trying to do or what they're open to. But seller finance, I'll tell you right now, that is a good place for you to start.
Okay.
Does
Yeah.
anybody else want to hop in here while we wait for Andrew, maybe?
I'll just say I got a jet there, Sergio.
Hey, before you leave, Grant, please,
Yep.
because we have to get you a deal done this month. That is a must. Same thing I just told Precious. Chase after these warm leads and get something that already is a promising on the side of seller financing. We can work something out. If they're open to seller financing, I will negotiate the rest. If you have someone that is open to seller finance, let me deal with that.
For
Just
sure.
get me someone that wants seller finance.
Sounds good. Is there a specific way that we should speak about this? Because when a lot of times I'm noticing when I ask, hey, like an agent or even somebody, hey, are you open to some sort of seller financing where you become the bank and la da da
Yeah,
da da.
so never start the conversation with that ever.
Right.
So when you make a call, and I'm gonna say this because this works for me, you being someone who has never done a deal yet and is new, be honest. I still use that line and tell people that I'm not involved in a lot. I'm new. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm working for a team where I'm doing acquisitions. So I'm just trying to figure out if we're able to help you with the situation that you're in. And if you don't mind sharing with me what you got, and let's see if we're able to make something work. Always, always, always be honest with people to the point that don't try to be something that you're not, because they will catch you, especially agents. Agents do not like when you try to outsmart them. I always let the agents be smarter than me and teach me something, because what does that do? It puts their guard down.
Okay. Copy that.
Okay. That's the best way to get through to agents, is you're asking them for guidance.
Okay.
All right.
Copy that. Thank you, sir. I'll appreciate
So
you.
try that. There you go, buddy. Appreciate it, man. We'll talk soon. So
Andrew, sorry.
yeah, I see Andrew
Sorry,
there.
Sergio. Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew, hey,
Sorry to
you
interrupt.
there?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, good, good.
How you doing?
Great to hear from you. It's been a few months.
Sure,
We
for
met in
sure, for sure. How
January.
you guys doing? It's
So,
definitely inspiring to hear all you guys doing what you're doing. And you guys are doing a good
and
job. Keep it up,
Sergio
man.
was the person Daniel put a spotlight on that night, if you remember.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I just
Andrew,
wanted to connect to you two.
did we meet, Andrew?
No, we didn't formally meet.
We didn't. We
We
never
didn't
got a
formally.
chance,
Hold
did
on.
we? Oh,
Oh, sir.
it's all good.
I was
So you're
moving and
you're
grooving
local, I
though.
hear. Yeah, I heard you're local here to me.
Yes, yes, yes. You're in Toronto as well.
Yeah, so you have to work for me then.
Work for you. I could work with you for sure.
Yeah. Work with me. There you go. I like that one. Tell me, what do you have going on? How long have you been doing this for? And do you have anything that I can help you with, or how can you help me?
Right now at the moment, I'm working with a group of other two gentlemen. I've been dabbling in learning to underwrite, so that was the route I took from that night. But my overall goal is the reason why I chose to learn to underwrite is because if from I know how to recognize a deal and look for the key concepts, um, you can make anything happen if you know how to break it down, right? So that was kind of my view. I started off wanting to learn about creative finance. I actually started off wanting to do business, creative finance, but throughout the journey, I kind of realized like, okay, real estate is a way where at the time I was looking for more now money. So like bird dogging, like I learned about pace. I learned about sub two. I broke all that down. So I was just kind of in the learning phase and repositioning phase because the last thing I did before didn't work out quite as well as I had hoped for it to. It wasn't the same thing, it was something else. So
Yeah,
just
that's
kind of
fine.
bouncing back. Um, but yeah, no, creative finance in general. So I ended up learning about the real estate path, and I found that a little bit more interesting. I found out about the ways in which you could help people who are really in positions of need, but also create wealth kind of on your terms if you actually learn how to play the game, right?
You
So
got
I
it.
think that took a big, like once I realized that, my light, like I've always been this way, but it's just my findings and ways of moving has been evolving. So I'm just trying to really narrow down and really do it with the right people. And I also know that like environment plays a key role. So yeah, I'm just trying to get around the right people and put in the work, to be honest. So right now I'm doing underwriting for RV parks with two other gentlemen since January. But I'm just trying to get back in my groove right now. Doing calls, some off-market calls, stuff like that. I like the RV park route because it's kind of like a multi-family unit with less maintenance, right?
Your retirement plan, your early retirement plan.
I mean, if I could get in where I fit in, I'm all
All right.
for it. I'm all for cooperation. I'm all for collaboration. I'm not limiting to. That's just my focus right now.
Good. Yeah, collaborate this is the best way to do it. I have
For
learned
sure.
over the years as well that you can't do everything on your own, and being in
Yep.
the sub two
Yep.
community and networking and being involved with people doing JV collaborating, man, what hell of a difference has been for me. And this is
Sure.
exactly one of the reasons why we're doing this, and I can't wait for it to keep going and growing more. Just realizing that the more people you get involved with and help out, it's not really about the money. It's just being there, supporting everybody, because you don't realize how much you can do for somebody else just by asking for help. And this is always a place that I know people need to be comfortable knowing that not everybody's perfect. I might have
Mhm.
something that you need, and you might have something that I need, but we're
Right.
not going to know if we don't get to meet each other, right? So this is why these
Right.
are really good to have. Uh,
All right. That's what's up. Appreciate that. Yeah. Well, let's connect. We'll connect. We're in the
for
city.
sure.
Let's connect.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming out too. I really do. Thank you.
No problem. I'm gonna tap back in with you guys. I couldn't give you guys my undivided attention
No, you're good. You're all good, man.
today, but I just wanted to at least hop on, So, all
Thank you,
right,
man.
guys. Appreciate you.
Yes, take care, man. Thanks. Bye.